Hey kids! My name is Dexter, and something special about me is that I absolutely love performing experiments in my laboratory. What about you, friends? What do you like doing? That's great! It's good to involve ourselves in different hobbies because it helps us learn something new every single day. Now, why do you think it's important to discover new things? Indeed, learning is a continuous process that helps us grow as people, and we may discover new information through investigating. The process of investigation is finding out facts about something in order to figure out how it happened. It is important because it allows people to exert effort in order to learn more than what they already know. Just like Dexter, scientists have an organized system when it comes to performing their experiments, and they use the scientific method.
Before we formally start our discussion, we prepared a game for you. Click on the link to access the word finder sheet. It will give you 15 minutes to accomplish the task. Good luck! Did you find all the words? Good job! All of these words are the steps what we mentioned a while ago, the scientific method. The scientific method, again, is an organized way that scientists like Dexter used to be able to come up with the answers to their problems. So you may ask, how does the scientific method work? To answer this, let us first define the words or its steps. To recall, the words to search for were analyze, experiment, research, conclusion, hypothesis, result, evaluate, question, and test. Let us start with the word question. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, question is a sentence, phrase, or word that asks for information. It may start with what, how, why, where, who, etc. For instance, I have this flashlight and the thing is, it won't work. So you may ask, why is the flashlight not working? To be able to answer your question, what you could do is to research on the topic. So research is the activity of getting information about a subject. So you can search, what are the possible reasons as to why flashlights won't work? After doing your research, the next thing you can do is to make your hypothesis. Hypothesis is an idea or theory that is not proven but that leads to further study or discussions. Sometimes it is also called an educated guess. So we have our question, why is the flashlight not working? Possible hypotheses are the light is broken, the switch is not working, or the batteries need to be replaced. After being able to come up with your own hypothesis, what you could do next is to test it. Test means to use a set of questions or problems to measure something. So we're going to test whether the light is broken, so we're just going to check it out, whether the switch is not working, or if the batteries need replacing. To test your hypothesis, what you could do is to do an experiment on it. Experiment is something that is done as a test to learn about something. Let us look first at the light. Well, that appears to be okay. How about the switch? You can turn it on and off easily, but there is still no light. Let us see what happens when we change the batteries. So what happened is that when we changed the batteries, the flashlight started to work. And this is called the result. Result is something that is caused by what happened or was done before. In our case, it is whatever you find out from doing an experiment. After being able to come up with the result, what you need to do next is to analyze. Analyze is to study or determine the nature and relationship of the parts, or to compare and contrast out the results. So what we found is that the flashlight needs batteries to be able to work or to light up. After analyzing all the results that you were able to gather during the experiment, what you do next is to come up with a conclusion. Conclusion also means summation or summary. So we found out that the flashlight is not working because the batteries are not working either. Given this, when we changed the batteries of the flashlight, it lighted up. So after coming up with your conclusion, What you do next is to do an evaluation. Evaluate means to check whether the experiments you performed were able to answer your questions. Were we able to answer ours? Yes. So the scientific method is easy to follow, don't you think? Can you think of any examples or situations wherein you use this method? I hope that you were able to understand how the scientific method works. If not, please feel free to replay the video. If yes, let us test your knowledge on the scientific method by helping Dexter out. Now that it is summer, Dexter's family decided to go swimming. As Dexter was about to dive in the pool, he saw Dee floating on it. He was puzzled when he saw this. He asked, "How can Dee float in the water?" Given this, he immediately researched about floating and made this hypothesis. Will you help him out by making your own? Good. After making educated guesses, Dexter headed out to his laboratory to perform and what do you think will Dexter do next? That's right. He will perform an experiment.
Hi children! So today we're going to do the same experiment that Dexter is doing in his laboratory. So what we need is a tall drinking glass, some water, an egg, and salt. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to transfer the water in a tall drinking glass. Afterwards, we're going to put some salt in it. 6 tablespoons. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Just stir it. Okay, I think that's it. Now we're going to put the egg and let's see what happens. Look, it flew! Come on, let's see. Camera man. Look at what happened to the egg. It floated.
So, what did Dexter find out in doing the experiment? Click on the link below to watch where people float in water. Dexter wants to thank you for helping him out. You did a great job, young scientist. Before ending the class, let us recall again the steps to the scientific method. So the first step is to raise a question, and questions will be based on what you were able to observe. After which, you can research on the topic to be able to come up with your own hypothesis. After making your hypothesis, what you could do is to test it through an experiment. Through experimenting, you will be able to come up with a result and then later analyze it and come up with a conclusion. Lastly, you have to evaluate whether you were able to answer the questions that you raised beforehand.
To know if you understood what we studied today, we will be asking you to answer some questions. Are you ready? If yes, please click on the link to answer the test. You will be given 15 minutes to answer the questions provided. Once you click on the link, the time automatically